Sinai Peninsula has witnessed the coming of more monks in the first 3 centuries. They hid in its desert and lived in its mountains and caves, preserving their new creed during the famous persecution of the early Christians by the Roman emperors. When the Roman Emperor Constantine declared Christianity to be the former religion of the Byzantine Empire by the end of the 4th century, things changed and the monks started to gather and build monasteries. At first, they lived in kalali, which are separate caves or buildings, each to his own. But then, they saw that they needed to gather and live together to avoid the potential dangers of attackers on them, and thus the idea of a monastery was born. A monastery would comprise wells and fortresses and icons and kitchens and residential places and libraries. By the beginning of the 5th century AD, there were several monasteries built in Sinai. Some were grand like the monastery of St. Catherine, and others were much smaller. One of the simple monasteries built in South Sinai is a monastery of the 7 girls. The monastery was built for the living of 7 nuns who used to live here in the beginning and were succeeded by other nuns later. It was built in a secluded area so that the nuns can enjoy their privacy. Inside it, there is a church called Moses' Church. Moses has left his signature on most of the prominent places of worship in South Sinai, and basically in St. Catherine, where his mountain is situated, and his well, and most of all, the burning bush. It wouldn't be much to say that there should be tours in South Sinai called Moses Tours, which program would include all these fantastic places that follow the steps of Moses in this sacred part of Egypt, the land of Sinai.